All right, obviously we don't know, top billing, what your man Arthur Smith will be as a head coach for the Atlanta Falcons, but I do know he will be bringing a very vast run game with him that is absolutely hard. And when you have a run game like this, it takes a special type of back. A lot of these other teams have kind of simplified run games, like what you see from, like, say the 49ers, or what we've seen from the Denver Broncos way back in the day. A lot of zone heavy stuff. Now the Falcons will do a lot of zone stuff as well, but they do a lot of stuff that definitely calls for a special premier type of back. And I wonder if a guy like Najee Harris isn't perfect. You know, you got to have somebody who's able to, you can have tote the rock for 30 times a game or whatever like that, and almost be the focal point of your offense. If you see the success that the Titans had, they wouldn't have had none of that shit if Derrick Henry weren't prevalent and he wasn't who he actually is, which is a damn monster, right? So this guy being a monster, Najee Harris, a different type of player. I know they're going to get compared to each other. They don't have similar running styles at all, but they present the same type of conundrum. They're just some big-ass dudes that can eventually wear you down if you can get them to their physicality just because of their frame. So on this particular play right here, it's going to have a counter OT. You're going to have Roger Saffold here on a pull. Same thing with Jonnu Smith here. They're both pulling and sealing that edge right there. This pretty much down blocks across the board here. You get that counter action from Derrick Henry working backside there. And, man, it's just a beauty to behold. If you like physical football, which I do, I can't wait to see the Falcons with this type of shit right here. But you see them getting that man out on the edge right there. Just straight physical down blocks. We know the Falcons probably built more for a zone type of scheme or whatever like that, but I think they would be fine with a lot of these concepts and everything right there. We see Sappho, they really reeled in your boy J.J. Watt here. Just the action of perhaps knowing that you got to get Derrick Henry before he gets going, just like you would a Najee Harris, really causes J.J. Watt here to squeeze down the line of scrimmage real hard, so he gets almost trapped right there, and he saw it too. He didn't want no. He turned down the funk. Well, let's be real right here. Look like your boy J.J. Watt turned down the funk. He should have met Roger Saffold, right? You see him kind of turn and lean his body inward and stuff like that. He didn't want no parts of that shit right there. So Derrick Henry able to get out past the nines and then get in the open field. And this dude is the fastest. He might be the fastest pound-for-pound dude in the NFL. Not the quickest, but deep speed. Who's running Derrick Henry down? That he always breaking off 50, 60, 70-yard runs and making people look foolish. This time you get a lead zone and look at the vision of Derrick Henry. Great block backside by Jeff Swaim there. And, of course, Henry off to the run there. So being able to get the physicality, of course, with the finesse, you're going to have a lead blocker here. So lead block, but it's zone, right? Usually having a lead on the zone's a little bit different. You got to have your own different vision patterns if you're a back here. So you can cut off the inside hip of the fullback. Because you see this one right here, he's able to see an organic crease form all the way backside. All the way backside. And this is what Derrick Henry and Najee Harris are very good at. They both have very good vision. Look at the organic crease right here. All right, this looked like it could have almost been a quick zone the way they were doing this. But if you see right here, backside, everybody pursues. I'm not sure what J.J. Watt is. J.J. Watt didn't have a good year. Let's be real right here. J.J. Watt looked like he was on his last leg or whatever like that. Hopefully he comes back. But you can see the organic crease forming. Always got to keep your eyes upfield and being able to cut off that inside hip of whomever has that organic crease. Look at the seal off right there. And then I want you to also look at Swaim right here getting on the DB. Perfect. Then your big thoroughbred run. Derek D. Stallion. Wait, pause. Look at this beauty right here. The trade game, you seen your tight end in motion. Trade him over to the other side. So working with 12 personnel, send your wide receiver back to the other side, widen out the defense, and then work exactly where you want to work within the confines of this offensive scheme. Henry, of course, outrunning defensive backs at 250 pounds or whatever he is like that. But you can see after the trade here, both trades there, look at them work up in combination just to get the strong side linebacker to shoot and have Derrick Henry a place to read this. This is originally looks like an inside zone. You see everybody stepping play side there, but stepping out and up. Derrick Henry brings it back. Looks like he was going to take it outside of the tight end right here, but decides to keep it on the inside hip and get north-south. Najee Harris, if he can get north-south, man, he can have similar results to this. He's not going to outrun anybody like Derrick Henry, though, but he can get some long gainers right there. So that would be totally dope for the Falcons. Matter of fact, man, let's look at some Najee Harris.
What more can I say?
Top Billin. Here's a classic example on a counter run with Najee Harris getting north-south. I love this for the simple fact that you usually see him chop his feet. Now, I'm only going to do a few of these things on Najee Harris. I got about 100 film studies on this dude ever since he was a freshman and been talking about this dude since he was in high school and everything like that, so I don't have to go in depth on that. Guys always are welcome to look at older content there to get the real skinny before everybody was really on these guys. But you see what we have here? Same exact deal as the Titans right there. Counter OT. He could have led straight up through, but you can see the vision right there to bounce it to the outside. Great seal there by Ekiyor coming on and then sticking that foot in the ground, getting north-south on the inside hip of Devontae Smith here. Right? And you can see right there kind of the lack of foot speed, but it was a short way to go, so he was able to get in the end zone on this one right there. But not the most fleet of foot. No, listen, he is the most fleet of foot, actually. He's a much more agile guy than Derrick Henry is. He'll make you miss. Derrick Henry not really trying to do all that. But Derrick Henry's a one-cut-and-go guy with severe blinding speed, whereas Najee is a kind of jitterbug who can make you miss and can break long gainers but probably won't finish them. Wide counter here. You're going to see the counter action by Najee. You're going to have a pin and lead. So you'll have Ekiyor here leading and sealing off with Neal dropping down right here on the 3 technique, blocking down on him. So that's where the majority of the action is. And then the rest is just God-given ability from your boy Najee Harris right here. So this is what he does right here. This is why he's a little bit more finesse to me. Look at that. Great vision right there. Like, come on. You're not going to see Derrick Henry hurling anybody. Not at all. Derrick Henry's learned to run behind his pads. I used to have the same problem with Derrick Henry when he was in college and I covered Alabama. And I would tell people that Derrick needed to run behind his pads. He started to get there, but he doesn't have this type of ability right there, and Najee loves to do this. He's done it about 50,000 times right there. Gets himself a long gainer here. As always, run down, though. So, like I said before, the long speed's not there, but the ability to create long runs is there. He has great vision, great agility, and he understands what he's doing. Now, look at this, right? You can see the seal off there. You got a lot of traffic right there, a lot of breaches, but his ability to keep his eyes and find any organic crease that he can, keep those legs churning, and, of course, make the first person miss however you can. He's usually going to do it in more of a finesse manner. But, man, he's shown me a few times, though, that he will get physical. If he can get physical like that in the NFL and start punishing people, they're not going to want to tackle him. It looks cool to hurdle and everything like that, but you have a God-given frame that people just don't want to tackle. I'm here to tell you, as a former defensive player and as a former running back, cats do not want to tackle people late in the games. And cats don't want to tackle people, period. That's why you see so many ankle picks and shit like that. He runs behind his pads, man. This kid is special. You have to have something that's God-given. He has that. His ability to make you miss, you see right there in close quarters, is absolutely freakish for his size. But it's both a gift and a curse, because you would like a guy like this to simply stick his foot in the ground and get upfield. But, man, he can preserve his body for sure, because look at that. He's making defensive backs miss and shit like that in short area situations, dragging people and stuff like that. That's hard. Here's where it's probably frustrating. You see something like this. Look at him dancing a little bit in the hole. There's really nowhere to go with this. You can get yourself an extra 3 or 4 yards at 240 pounds or whatever you are here on this draw play by simply not chopping your feet. You see the first thing he does right here is chop his feet. man, if he just stuck his foot in the ground, and by the time he's at this particular point in the line of scrimmage and he encounters this defensive lineman here, he's already got his shoulders lowered. But you can see him right here. He's looking for an exit plan. And it's not going to happen. He's just too caught out there. So if he could have just leaned into him, he would have got himself like 2 or 3 yards just off of size alone. All right, here we go, running zone. Look at the vision, chopping his feet, finding ways to go. Now dragging people with him. All right, let's go back on this one. It's pretty layered. Running out of pistols. You're going to have that possible backdoor slip action, but nobody respects it with Mac Jones. My man squeezing hard like J.J. Watt there. But you can see right here, that could have been his way to go just to deliver some punishment. All right, stick that foot in the ground, get upfield, challenge that guy. Maybe you break a tackle here and you're in the center of the field. Maybe you outrun some people right there that can't get an angle on you there, but he senses somebody closing down on him. He doesn't want any part of that. Keeps it moving. Finds an organic crease on the outside. Keeps it going. Love this run right here. Got the OT action going, but look at him just get upfield, and look what that entails. He's just too damn big. Too damn big. If you add a little bit more of this into his game, especially in the NFL, it's going to be fantastic for this dude, because even in the NFL, people aren't going to want to continuously tackle this guy, especially he lowers that pad level like that. He's just going to be hard to bring down. He's always going to get himself an extra 2 or 3 yards just for his efforts there. So let me know what you think about Najee Harris in general, but let me know what you would think about him as the focal point for the Atlanta Falcons. Could he bring what Derrick Henry brought to the Tennessee Titans? Not to compare those two. I've said this for the past 4 years that they're really not comparable to each other, but they can bring similar aspects to an offense. All right, so just let me know right there. Make sure you like this bad boy. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Top Billin Sports, and I am out. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.